Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, His Holiness Pope Francis.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you, Mr. President, for your kind welcome and for your words of greeting in the name of the authorities and the people of the Philippines and the distinguished members of the diplomatic corps. I'm most grateful for your invitation to visit Philippines. My visit is above all pastoral. It comes and the Church in this country is preparing to celebrate the 5th centenary of the first proclamation of the Gospel of Jesus Christ on these shores. The Christian message has had an immense influence on Filipino culture. It is my hope that this important anniversary will point to its continuing fruitfulness and its potential to inspire a society worthy of the goodness, dignity, and aspirations of the Filipino people. In a particular way, this visit is meant to express my closeness to our brothers and sisters who endured and suffering loss and devastation caused by Typhoon Yolanda. Together with many people throughout the world, I have admired the heroic strength, faith, and resilience demonstrated by so many Filipinos in the face of the natural disaster and so many others. The churches, rooted not least in the hope and solidarity instilled by Christian faith, gave rise to an outpouring of goodness and generosity, especially on the part of so many of the young. In that moment of national crisis, countless people came to aid of their neighbors in need. At great sacrifice, they have on their time and resources, creating networks of mutual help and working for the common good. This example of solidarity in the work of rebuilding teaches us an important lesson. Like a family, every society draws of the deepest resources in order to face new challenges. Today, the Philippines, together with many other countries of Asia, face the challenge of building on solid foundations a modern society. A society respectful to authentic human values, protective of all God-given human dignity and rights, and ready to confront new and complex political and ethical questions. As many voices in your nation have pointed out, it is now more than ever necessary that political leaders be outstanding for the honesty, integrity, and commitment to the common good. In this way, they will help preserve the rich human and natural resources with which God has blessed this country. Thus, will they be able to marshal the moral resources needed to face the demands of the present and to pass on to coming generations a society of authentic justice, solidarity, and peace. Essential to the attainment of these national goals is the moral imperative of ensuring social justice and respect for human dignity. The great biblical tradition enjoins on all peoples the duty to hear the voice of the poor. It beat us back the bonds of injustice and oppression, which give rise to glaring and indeed scandalous social inequalities. Reforming the social structures which perpetuate poverty and the exclusion of the poor first require a conversion of mind and heart. The bishops of the Philippines have asked that this year be set aside as the year of the poor. I hope that this prophetic summons will challenge everyone at all levels of society to reject every form of corruption which diverts resources from the poor. May it also inspire concerned efforts to ensure the inclusion of every man and woman and children in the life of the community. A fundamental role in the renewal of society is played, of course, by the family, and especially by young people. A highlight of my visit will be my meetings with families and with young people here in Manila. Families have an indispensable mission in society. It is in the family that children are trained in sound values, high ideals, and genuine concern for others. But, like all God's gifts, the family can also be disfigured and destroyed. It needs our support. We know how difficult it is for all democracies today to preserve and defend such basic human values as respect for the inviolable dignity of each human person, respect for our rights of conscience and religious freedom, and respect for the inalienable right to life, beginning with that of the unborn and extending to that of the elderly and infirm. For this reason, families and local communities might be encouraged and assisted in their efforts to transmit to our young the values and the vision which can help bring about a culture of integrity. A culture which honors goodness, truthfulness, fidelity, and solidarity as the form of foundation, as the moral glue which holds society together. Mr. President, distinguished authorities, dear friends, as I begin my visit to this country, I cannot fail to mention the Philippines' important role in fostering understanding and cooperation among the countries of Asia. I would also mention the oft neglected yet real contribution of Filipinos of the diaspora to the life and welfare of the society in which they live. It is precisely in the light of the rich and cultural and religious heritage of which your country is proud, that I leave you with a challenge and a word of prayerful encouragement. May the deepest spiritual values of the Filipino people continue to find expression in your efforts to provide your fellow citizens with an integral human development. In this way, each person will be able to fulfill his or her potential and thus contribute wisely and well to the future of this country. I am confident that the praiseworthy efforts to promote dialogue and cooperation within the followers of different religions will prove fruitful in the pursuit of this noble goal. In a particular way, I express my trust that the progress made in bringing peace to the south of the country will result in just solution in accord with the nation's founding principles and respectful of inalienable rights of all, including the indigenous people and religious minorities. Upon all of you, and upon all the men and women and children of the beloved nation, I cordially invoke God's abundance blessings. Thank you.